I'm making a speech. Making a speech, guys. I'm making a speech. I make it a point to try and go out and wish you happy birthdays when I can. Whether it be you guys, my villains, whether it be, my colleague, my colleague livers, my friends, and of course if it's just anyone really. And the reason I do that is because I think birthdays are important because that's the day you were born. It's a date that marks when you came into life, came into this world, and when you started your journey, I was young, I had super cool birthdays. I had super cool, I've had like bouncy castles. I had like, like small little gyms, a lot of basically anyone in my class was just came. I don't even care if they're my friends or not, they would come and they would celebrate it. I'll have gifts and, presents. As time went on and people got older, people got busier, parties weren't as common. And I know some people still have like really cool birthdays, they get like number balloons and things like that. And honestly, super cool for them. But I didn't have that. When I was like, around high school, even, hell, even middle school, I think. Birthdays were just days. Parents would get me cake. I'll get gifts from my parents, but that's it. Friends would rarely come over, and birthdays just became less special. And I feel like a lot of you guys can relate to that. Since then, birthdays kind of became just a day to me. I remember specifically back in college and even graduating from there, I was just very much like, it's just a day, another day. Maybe I'll buy myself a cake. A couple friends on Instagram would, maybe message me saying, hey, happy birthday, Ver. More of them would probably message me the day after, be like, oh, yo, I'm sorry I missed your birthday. Happy birthday. I hope you had a good one. And even that number dropped. Like, I think like just 5 years ago, like, a good 20, 30 people would like message me. But then, like, just 2 years ago, maybe even last year, like maybe five, maybe six. But 3 years ago, 2023, I guess, right? You guys came into my life. You guys came into my life and oh no 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 sorry 2022 I know but what I'm saying is 2023 was the first birthday I celebrated with you guys. That's the first birthday where I was a bunch of you guys came, right? A bunch of you guys came and it's like happy birthday. Here's a bunch of arts we made. Here's a bunch of projects we created. Here's a bunch of songs we sang. Here is all the appreciation, all the love that you deserve, and it's like I was renewed. Like this love and affection I had for birthday was it came back. 1 year is long, guys. It is. It's short, but also very long. And I think for our very tough lives where we're focusing on getting by, we tend to forget just how important we are, ourselves. We tend to forget to show ourselves love and appreciation, and a birthday shouldn't be that day. And so, with that said, thank you so much. I love you guys. I roar you guys. All these projects, I promise I will look through properly with the time and love and support that it deserves and the appreciation that each deserves.